So let us discuss this very important theorem. Okay, so it's a theorem, it's a part of theory. So that's why let us try to understand. Okay, what we have to prove here every open ball is an open set. You remember the definition of open ball. Okay, BXR. Okay, what will we do? We will write a given information first and then we'll go for what we have to prove. So we have XD be a matrix space. So I will write let XD be a matrix space. And what we have one point x belongs to capital X and R is any positive real number. I will draw the diagram simultaneously so we can easily understand. See, this is a matrix space XD. Okay, we have one point X as they are given and we have some radius also. So suppose R. Okay, so R we have some positive real number and BXR, then open ball BXR is, you remember the definition of open ball. So definition of open ball is BXR, it contains all points whose distance from X is less than R. So that means open ball will be like this. So it's an open ball, that's why I'm drawing here dotted lines. Okay, so this is an open ball having a radius R, having a radius R. So this is an open ball and we have to prove that it is an open set. To prove that BXR is an open set, to prove that BXR is an open set. So first of all we will revise the definition of open set. When we say a set is open, if you take any arbitrary point and if it is possible to draw a ball around it which can lie entirely inside set, then we can declare it as a open set. Getting, for example, suppose this is set U. We have to prove that it is an open set. For that, what we have to prove, if you select any point X, you should able to draw ball around it which lies entirely inside set U. If X is here, then also we can draw ball around it. If X is here, then also draw ball around it. Getting, so if it is possible for each and every point, then we can declare it as a open set. So here also we have to prove that this open ball is an open set. That means if I take any arbitrary point P, I should able to find a ball around it, okay, which can lie entirely inside this set, which is also an open ball. Getting? So this is a technique. So here you can easily see, you can draw a ball around it, no problem. But we have to prove it mathematically. So what will we take? Let P belongs to BXR be any arbitrary point. So what we do in this case, we take any arbitrary point and we show that it is possible for this point. Okay, it is possible to draw open ball around that point, okay, for P, but P is any arbitrary point, so it is true for each point. In this way, we prove that it is an open set. So I have taken point P, you can see here. So see, implies P lies in this ball, okay, P lies in this ball. So distance between X and P is less than its radius because it lies inside a ball. If distance between X and P is greater than radius, then it will go outside a ball. So P lies inside a ball. So that's why distance between X and P is less than R. Distance between these 2 points is less than its radius. A small thing I'm going to do, that is dxp I'm going to shift on that side. What will I have? So if I shift to that side, we will have 0 here, 0 less than R minus dxp. What we are doing, we are subtracting this distance. From that distance, then we will have something. Getting? So this is also radius R. As you know, this is a radius of circle. This is also radius of circle. This is also radius of circle. So we are subtracting this distance between xp from the radius. So let, what I'm going to call it as R1. R1 is equal to R minus dxp. You are getting the point? So this is R1. This is R1. Since, okay, I'll write it properly so you can easily see. So this is a getting, so this is R1. Since if you subtract dxp from R, you will have this distance, and that is nothing but R1. So clearly, just a minute, let me write. Clearly, R1 is greater than 0. Clearly R1. Why can I could write it? Because R minus dxp, already we have shown here it is greater than 0, and this is nothing but R1. So that's why R1 is also greater than 0. So now what I am going to do, I am going to draw an open ball around P. I am going to draw open ball around P with radius R1. So the ball will be like this. Sorry, ball will be having radius R1, getting? So ball will be like this. I will draw dotted lines. So ball will be like this. So you can see clearly here that small ball, okay, having center P and radius R1 lies entirely inside this big ball, and this is our target. Getting? So see, you can see, but mathematically we have to prove. So my claim, that means this thing I am going to prove. So my claim is open ball with center P, radius R1, open ball with center P, radius R1 is subset of open ball with center X, radius R. We have to prove that open ball, okay, this small ball is subset of this big ball. This thing we have to prove. Okay, you can see here in a diagram, but we have to prove mathematically, logically. Getting? So simply what we have to prove, this set is subset of second set. That means in this way, A subset of B. This thing we have to prove. Tell me how to prove A is subset of B. What is the technique to prove one set is subset of second set? Can you tell me? Yes, I will tell you one simple example. If you consider your college, how many students are there? Many students are there, okay? And if you consider your class, TY BSc Mathematics, how many students are there? Few students are there, getting? So can I say students, okay, set of all students of TY BSc Mathematics is a set of all students of entire college. Can I say it is a subset? Yes, okay, because every student of TY BSc Mathematics is a student of our college. So that's why we can say this is subset of second. So that means every member of A or every element of A, if it is an element of B, then we can say A subset of B. Simple example, I will give you A is equal to 1, 2, 3, B is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can I say A subset of B? Yes, obviously A subset of B, since A has 3 elements, 1, 2, 3, and all these elements are present in B. So that's why we can say A subset of B. But if I write here 8, can I say A subset of B? No, because there is one element 8 in A which is not in B. So that's why A is not subset of B. So logic is clear. That means here we have to prove. Let me clear it. Clean it. See what we have to prove. We have to prove this ball, this open ball, small ball is subset of big ball. That means what we have to prove? We have to prove every element of this ball is subset of big ball. Okay, so for that purpose, I am taking one element. Y belongs to B, P, R1. So now we have to prove that this element is lies in second ball also. So that means every element of this ball is subset of second ball. So in that way we can say there is subset. Okay, so let us try to prove. Implies. See, Y belongs to this ball. Y belongs to this ball. So that's why distance, okay, that I will show you here. Can you see? There is one element Y. So Y is an element of this open ball. So definitely distance between P and Y is less than R1. Since it lies inside a ball, so distance between that point and center of ball is less than its radius. It's a simple logic. Getting? So see, just a minute, I will remove it. I will write here XD. Okay, this is matrix space XD implies D P Y, correct, less than R1. but R1 has a particular definition. What is R1? R1 is this one. So let me write it there. R minus dxy. R minus, sorry, dxp, not y, dxp. Can you guess the next step? I do not like minus signs. So that's why I will shift this term to this side. So it will have a plus sign. But there is no more space on the board. So I suggest you to make a screenshot of it, and after that we will go further. Okay. So after that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to shift this term to this side. So it will have plus sign, right? So what will we have? So d xp plus d py less than r. You remember the fourth property of matrix space? What was that? That was triangle inequality. So that triangle inequality I'm going to use. What is it? So that triangle inequality is d of xy less than or equal to d of xp plus d of py less than r. Okay, if you add any point and if you make them separate, then possibly value will get increased. So that's why we got this one. So I can mention by triangle inequality. Okay, by triangle inequality. So this implies d of xy. So what we get here, a less than b, b less than c. So if you combine, we can write a less than c. So that's why this is less than r. Get it? So distance between x and y, you can see here distance x, where is y, y. So distance between x and y is less than its radius. So that's why point y lies inside a ball. If this distance will be greater than r, then we can say point lies outside a ball. So here we are getting less than r. So that's why point lies inside a ball. So that's why I can write y belongs to bxr. So see, we had taken any arbitrary point of small ball and we proved that this is again in big ball. So that's why we can say this set is subset of that one. So therefore B P R1 subset of B X R. So see what we proved finally, that is very important. We had taken a ball, any open ball we had taken. We took any arbitrary point which is P, and we could find an open ball around P which lies entirely inside this big ball. So this is nothing but definition of open set. So that's why we can declare this big ball BXR is an open set. So therefore BXR is an open set. In this way we proved this theorem. Okay, you can make a screenshot of it, and after that we will stop. Thank you. Bye bye.